Right about at this moment, you heard me put out a video discussing how this was a bad decision in order to make some kind of short play. The reason for that decision was the monthly expected move, yes, but also the fact that we had those potential divergences. We had not only potential divergences, but real ones down there across your MACD and across your RSI outside of the monthly expected move, suggesting a bounce. We suggested that that bounce could lead to a lower high, but you have to watch out because this would be one of the last attempts from the bulls to take back this market, and you would need to see a massive squeeze to get out of those conditions. We actually said those things, and then shortly after that, we actually confirmed some divergences here, and we noticed that we were able to get the said squeeze. So, one, where is the next opportunity? That might be a topic for this weekend, but if divergences outside of a monthly move here cause this kind of reaction, what would a divergence on the 30-minute chart up here cause to happen in the near future? And that's what we're going to discuss in this video, as it looks like we have the potential to step into our first little bull trap of this kind of move. So let's get into it. Big shout out and thank you to the Qs for showing us those divergences and showing us that the monthly expected move is there. So I'm very happy to do that, to put out that information on Patreon, but also to give you the SPY, the Qs, and the IWM here on YouTube. I love giving out this info because it has hard data behind it and it truly does work. If you want to look for tomorrow's daily expected moves, we're going to give you those here for the SPY, Qs, and IWM. But if you're interested in any of the stocks on the right side of your screen over here, we do give those out, and they've already actually posted those on Patreon if you want to give Patreon a try. And actually, a new update to Patreon is we are putting out the daily expected moves every single night so that you have that hard data in case you cannot view the YouTube video. People wanted that, and people, I am responding. All right. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying that over on Patreon for the last couple of days. But for today, we noticed that this 30-minute chart is rather elevated, and we discussed how the 30-minute chart would curl to the upside. Over on Patreon, we put out an update discussing a lot of these things over the past couple of days, discussing how we could make some type of reversal signal and talking about the timing for the next potential opportunity. So we see here that the MACD on the 30-minute is still in positive territory right by that center line. That means we have gotten out of the overbought conditions on the RSI. We have gotten out of those scary levels over here for the MACD as well. And if all we do is we see a confirmation over here, we can ride that bad boy to the upside. But where is the options data pointing you to for the 68% zone for tomorrow? 774.68, which happens to be about 40 cents away from the monthly expected move where we last saw that resistance, so 775.06. Now, something that we have to discuss here is some potential weekend trap. Is this going to be some kind of weekend trap? Are we going to be able to curl up this MACD? Well, if we do, yes, you have a target of that 774.68. You could even go past that and potentially set up some kind of divergence point. But something that I would heavily be aware of in this area or even at deeper areas is the lower high type scenario. If we want to go deeper first and then create the lower high, or some type of divergence outside of the monthly expected move. Why would I heavily be paying attention to that? And yes, the downside move is 762.44, but because the 2-hour is so elevated here, it looks like the next really good opportunity would be some kind of pullback for the 2-hour chart, either pulling back with price, either pulling back with some potential consolidation for a while. But it looks like we went through a huge expansion type move, so we most likely will need to see some type of flagging, some type of retracement to go grab a few buyers before heading to the upside one more time. That's right, your positioning of the MACD does not say anything about some kind of crash right now. You do not see that. If we wanted to see some kind of crash, you would need to see a 2-hour lower high. You would need to see potentially a 2-hour divergence to really start to discuss those topics. So for now, you just see a 2-hour that is rather elevated. And if that is able to pull back to the center line in some fashion, we discussed over on Patreon, paying attention to the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday dates. Those look like the correct time for us to be looking for that potential opportunity to develop. How would that develop? Well, we would like to see a reversal signal from the 30-minute, maybe causing a weekend trap. Then we would like to pull back, getting to filling of that gap, meaning these are all things that we will look for, and the next opportunity is very likely to be a 2-hour pullback for the SPY. Really quickly, we're going to go over the daily charts on Saturday. So I really would love for you to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And now let's go over to the Qs. And you're going to want to subscribe to pay attention to that because the cues here, if they are able to roll in this area, that technically will be a lower high by the center line. So the cues still need to see some potential squeeze. So if they need to see some potential squeeze, and I am a trader who likes to trade on 2 hour charts, then if we're going to see a squeeze, then very likely the 2 hour chart will pull back. The 2 hour chart will maybe even confirm into positive territory, meaning the next 2 hour pullback is very likely my next opportunity. Now, we discussed this over on Patreon as well, the left, the potential head, and the right shoulder that could have been. But we said the timing of this, we may want to set a trap at the monthly expected move first. So either way, for the 2 hour chart, I really want to look for any time we are able to get down to these type of areas. These type of areas would be a great level for the 2 hour to pull back to. It would allow the MACD to get by that center line. And if that is able to confirm to the upside, I have a very simple swing trade here, which would take me potentially all the way to the monthly expected move. So that's something to discuss on the 2 hour chart. The 30-minute chart is what we want to watch here, though. Going into tomorrow, we are right on the center line for the Qs. We are above the weekly expected move. We did get a surprising move, so that does make sense. But if we get confirmation early on in the morning, the suggested level to watch from the options market is going to be 725.15. 725.15 would be pretty critical. If you're going to continue to break down, that is where around that 704.15 we would actually look for maybe a bounce to get some kind of 30-minute lower high later on. But for now, if the 30-minute is able to curl up here, you have that 725.15. We will watch out for any kind of lower high, any kind of divergence, because getting a 2 hour pullback from here is very, very likely. But do we need to tag the monthly move first? And as we are still in such a positive trend with no reversal signal, we will be looking for that confirmation. Once that confirmation does take place, it is very likely to do what? Test the high, potentially even go make a new one. If you see a screaming move up to here that starts to fade, watch out with confirmation of any kind of divergence down here on your MACD and RSI, best case scenario at the same time. This looks like the simplest way to look at the cues. It looks like, hey, I'm just being patient, waiting for my opportunity. And I think that opportunity is very likely to show up by that time frame of about Tuesday to Thursday of next week. If you are interested, we put out an entire video over on Patreon for about 35 minutes. We went through every single stock on the right side of your screen over here. We went through every single one with the weekly moves and the monthly moves, and we discussed how opportunities could potentially shape up over the next few sessions. If you're interested in how to scout out some opportunities, you can go see how I discuss them. I have to do it rather quickly to get through all of the charts, but we go through exactly how I look at just briefly charts on them with the monthly expected move and weekly moves up so that I can see, hey, where would my opportunity be? Where would my trade be for each and every one of these stocks? We talked about it with every single stock over here, which is, it includes Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, AMD, a bunch of big stocks over there, and some smaller ones, some gold as well, and JP Morgan. So if you're interested, if you're struggling to figure out when the opportunity is there, you're struggling with patience, that video might be able to help you out. And I made sure to go through a ton of charts to show how I really briefly just look at, hey, where would my opportunity potentially be and where do I need to start paying attention? But as we get into IWM, we see that the MACD is by that center line. We see 301.40 to the upside and 295.10 to the downside. If we curl up here, that means that the options market's saying 301.40 is very likely going to be a magnet. If you see a confirmation here, very likely we could get to that level. If we extend through that level very rapidly throughout the day and you start to see that fail by the end of the day, watch out for any kind of potential divergence. It doesn't mean a divergence has to form, right? We look for confirmation. This can squeeze through. Every time you squeeze through one of those divergences, you always assume there can be another push. That's how I always look at bullish markets. That's how I always look at potential bull runs. But for now, we would look for any kind of reversal signal for a 2-hour pullback. The 2 hour is very elevated, but we have actually gotten a good confirmation for IWM. If you go back through the SPY, you'll see these curl downs and how I didn't really mention them, right? That's because it's on the last bar of the day and it's not really a good bar. Yes, you can treat this like a confirmation, but at the same time, I try to make people aware that if you are going to utilize 2-hour charts, you most likely will have to take the last bar of the day with a grain of salt because there's only 30 minutes of price action behind that bar. There's not a full 2 hours. So I never treat the last bar of the day as a good confirmation. That is just something that I wanted to mention if you are interested in how I like to do things. So we noticed that these were able to confirm down, but they weren't the best confirmations because we didn't have a lot of time there. So we're looking at IWM a little bit differently here because we noticed we actually did get a good confirmation just before, right here at that 298.26 type level. And that suggests that IWM is more likely to make lower highs right now on the 30-minute chart. Okay, so if this 2 hour is saying something, it says, hey, we could do some kind of bounce on Friday, but it's very likely we could pull all the way down into these type of areas. I would really like a retest of this area towards that 295.50, but also I understand that coming down into any of these type of areas would make sense as well. So you have a pretty big zone here, the last of that zone being around that 291. If IWM wanted to, I don't think it wants to go all the way down to 291. I would rather see a level of about 293, 294 get tagged, and then we're able to curl up into positive territory. So I think the timing here, the next opportunity for IWM is a pullback, but IWM is doing it a little bit differently. So I wanted to discuss that going into Friday's price action. Really looks like this market wants to extend higher. I do not see much out there, but let's go see if volatility changes any of that. Now we do see something interesting, right? We see something interesting for the from the 2 hour chart, but let's discuss that after we look at the 30-minute for volatility. We will pull up this RSI and see there's not really any kind of divergence there. So are we really worried about some massive flow of volatility coming in, or can we just keep kind of bouncing around, see like a little bit more of a pullback in the morning, come down to these areas, fool around on Friday before setting a Monday trap? And I think that's way more probable at this point is some kind of weekend bull trap by the monthly expected move for the SPY, but maybe even the Qs as well. So we notice here that there's no real divergence. There's no real high or low here for the 30-minute chart. So this 2 hour says, I'm forming a divergence. You can see that very plainly on your MACD, but your RSI is really looking weak here. If the 2 hour drops down any lower, it would wipe it out on the RSI. And that's kind of a problem because I like to have both at the same time. That really proves the weakness and momentum in my book. So if I don't see both at the same time, yes, I do react to them, but I don't necessarily make huge decisions when they're only on one indicator at the same time. So we do notice the 2 hour divergence developing, but it has not confirmed. If it is able to confirm, say randomly, then we would look for a potential daily cross up. We would also look for failure of that. And I believe failure of that would be highly likely here. But if the daily, we already told you this and we told this to Patreon, very, very simple thing here for the VIX is if the daily chart is able to curl up in this area right here, right now, say by early stages of next week, if the daily chart can curl to the upside, you will be crossing into positive territory. And that opens the door for some correction. That even opens the door for something a little bit worse, but we'll get to that if we actually see the potential for that to confirm. So right now, I don't necessarily think that VIX is suggesting like with a high probability, oh yes, we are definitely seeing a trap on Friday. I don't necessarily think it's pointing towards some massive volatility coming in, but I do think that a trap makes the most sense here. I do think that as we look at the VIX here, the 2 hour chart can see some type of positive move, get a retrace. You notice that would take us into about Wednesday to Thursday of next week and then start to fail. So we will look for that over the next few sessions. The volatility is not down by 10%. It's not up by 10%. It's not giving us a huge amount of information. So analyzing this further in the morning would be very important. So tomorrow morning, I most likely will be putting out some type of pathing based on what volatility looks like and based on what the SPY and the Qs look like on Patreon. So if you're interested in the morning, once I see the morning's price action, I will put out a pathing type photo where I am going to look at what seems to be the most probable based on what is developing in the charts with some extended price action, right? As we get more information, as more things develop, as the market proves itself, you can start to read into things even better and better. So for now, it just looks like a patience is the game. It looks like we are obviously in a very positive trend. And if I just sit back and relax and let everything happen, even if I was like, hey, I didn't want to take something down here, it seemed too risky. Okay, well, then I need to do this. And you probably saw me draw this up. If you go look about a week or so ago, maybe even more than a week ago, I was constantly talking about this big squeeze that could happen. I was constantly talking about it, even though it was low probability probability, the bulls are very good at doing this. They are very good at making these points and then squeezing out of those conditions. That's why we kept hammering it home every single time we put out these videos. And where was the next opportunity that I always talked about? Was this the opportunity I kept talking about? No, the opportunity I kept talking about was once you see the direction, then you let it pull back because now you know that this very likely wants to keep climbing to the upside. And if you get a simple 2 hour pullback here, there can be a very simple 2 hour swing trade. And that 2 hour swing trade does have potential to take you to the annual expected move this month or even the second standard deviation because we got a surprise and we're already at that monthly move. It can take you to the second standard deviation of 803.10. 803.10 and 796.10. If we get to these type of levels, this is going to be where you have the 95% zone. That means around that area is going to have to be some serious decision making. And if we get there rather quickly in August, say even by OPEX or by expiration, then you will have some decision making to have on the table. You also will have to potentially even take your foot off the gas, but we'll get to that when we get there or if we're able to. Right now, you're paying attention, you're being patient, right? That's overall what I think is my opinion. And you are, or at least I'm speaking kind of to myself a little bit, like trying to, because being patient is a difficult thing. And I understand that. But these videos help me with that because I get to hear myself say out loud, be patient, wait for a 2 hour pullback. And the 2 hour pullback is very likely to be a great opportunity. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in learning this weekend, guys, if you're watching to this point, I respect the fact that you're watching this point. I think that's awesome. If you're still struggling with really anything to do with analyzing in the charts to make decisions as far as a trade goes, you can look at how I do things. And how I like to do things is I like to thoroughly explain these indicators in a way to actually show you how you utilize these things, how you utilize the monthly range, how you actually utilize the MACD with a good understanding and the RSI at the same time. We discuss things like divergence. There is so much in that video that can help you learn over the weekend. Get it while it's 80% off down in the description. It is the full technical analysis course, and you can come in on Monday and watch this video and have a totally different outlook on stock. So I really appreciate you guys joining today. I hope you have a great rest of your day and peace out.